gonna be playing some Magic the Gathering Arena. We're playing a new blue-white control deck that I saw that I'm super hype about and interested in. Did a couple of test games with this deck, and won every single one of them. So, you know, that means we're gonna lose every single game today. So, Fave Wishes is really the card that makes this deck super good. 2 blue for 1/4, which is whatever, but the real play is the Granted Sorcery. 4 mana, 1 blue, 3 colorless. You can choose any non-creature you control from outside of the game, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Doesn't work that way fully in actual play. Basically, you get anything you want from your sideboard. So on our sideboard, we put a bunch of 1-ofs that can basically help us out in any situation. So we're running 4 Fave Wishes with the full sideboard. I'll go over that in just a little bit. 3 Aether Gust, which is just pretty much good in every matchup right now. Blue and green and red are both really prevalent in the meta right now. For Birth, just make sure we hit our land drops. Gives us a wall if we need to against aggro. Gain a little bit of life. Just a good card in general. 1 Glass Casket, just good against those super hyper aggressive decks. 4 Narset. I'm still not sure about the count on Narset. Some matchups she's just really bad in. Some matchups she's fantastic. 4 Teferi. Anybody that plays Magic already knows and hates this card. 4 of the new Teferi. Super excited about this one. Trying him out a little bit, and there's some fun combos that we're going to show off with him in a little bit. 4 Shadow the Sky for aggro. 4 Elspeth Conquers Death, just super good card. And 2 of Ugin the Spirit Dragoon. Really good card right here. 2 castles, just the pretty standard lands. 4 Interplanar Beacons as well. We have a lot of Planeswalkers, so we want to gain some life. Sideboard, Light of Hope. 1 of Destroy Target Enchantment is really what we're going to be using on this. There's a lot of really strong enchantments in this format right now, so that's one of the Fave Wishes sideboard card. Grafdigger's Cage, same thing. Fave Wishes. Grafdigger's Cage is fantastic against the Sacrifice deck. Devout Decree. Sometimes you just need to make things go bye-bye. Aether Gust, the 4th one. This card's just really good right now. Disdainful Stroke, 4 mana. Counterspell, 4 greater. 3 Dovin's Vetoes. 1 Ashiok to stop people from searching their library or sacrificing. 1 Time Wipe in case we need another board wipe. And then Planar Cleansing. Again, just destroy all non-land permanents. Ugin. We have 1 baby Ugin. I don't actually have a 3rd big Ugin. That's what would be here, but baby Ugin actually puts in some work as well. He makes big Ugin cost 2 less, as well as gives you a little bit of a board state with +1. And then Heliod's Intervention, again, a lot of enchantments right now. Also gets rid of artifacts, so that's a bonus. Finale of Revelations, really good late game against control. And then Mass Manipulation. The word Ugin makes me uncomfortable. Facts, though. Alright, so we're going to be playing some ranked games with this. I think we're just gold 1 right now. We haven't played too much this season, so we've been away. We'll just jump straight into it. You actually can't click on anybody's name in chat, so no adding friends or anything? Interesting. Yeah, I don't know all of the like, what you can do with it. Let's have access. Ooh, this one's rough. Your opponent's taking a mulligan. So we're guaranteed our 3rd land drop, but we don't have any blue. Beacon can do this 1. I think we can keep this. This is a little greedy. A little bit greedy, but we go for turn 1 Fabled, unless we draw the land. Turn 1 Fabled Passage, getting a Plains. Yeah, we didn't. Looks like we're against red, which isn't ideal. Castle, Steamkin. I need the Shadow of the Sky online immediately. Here we get the right land. Yeah, Hollowed Fountain. So that actually worked out for us. We do get it. We get there now. Let's just see how much damage he does to us before we get there. That'd be a lot. Got rid of a land, so that's fine. What is that? Infuriate. Target creature grants +3/+2 until. I don't think I've seen them run that one. So I could shock myself and play Elspeth this turn. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shock myself either way, so that's fine. Best case scenario is honestly they attack Elspeth, plus we get 1 close life back.
I have practiced
Plus
meditate.
Teferi. So I actually just I'm perfectly fine with them killing Narset. This preserves my life total, which we're at 15 right now. Hopefully he plays at least 1 or 2 more of those cards. The Shadow of the Sky is more powerful. Take that. Like, he can pop Steamkin and probably play his entire hand. Both of them coming at me. So because we're gonna Shatter the Sky next turn either way, I'm perfectly fine with blocking and losing my wall to the Steamkin. He's probably gonna pump this. I'm gonna take 5, go to 10. Embercleave. Oh boy. I'm gonna take 6. Go to 9. Oh no. Never mind. I'm gonna take 12, go to 2. A 3. That hurts. Need to go. Gain a couple of life. Shatter this guy. He does not draw a card, which is good. And we'll see if he has something with haste. And also -2 on Narset.
Keep an open mind.
Skipping the frames. That's fine.
I know my responsibility. Let's try this.
Too distracted by the dog. Sir Reginald. Just gonna go for the same play. We do have Aether Gust, so we don't actually have to be too hard about this. Bone Crusher Giant.
Really should have seen that
Get
coming.
rid of Teferi. Pretty good. Just slowly trying to gain some life. Robber of the Rich. That's not good for us. Hopefully, best case scenario, he puts the Embercleave on the Robber. Yep, that's perfect for us. And we're just gonna Aether Gust that. So we're gonna take 2, go to 4. But we get the Robber of the Rich out of here. He does put it back on top of his library. Do I want the Birth? Yeah, I kind of need the card draw. And the life gain isn't bad either. Gotta go to Teferi here. Non-Facebook link?
After 1,000 years, I'm getting the hang of this.
Alright, GG's. Get the first game. We stabilized the board pretty well. He had a really nice opening hand as well. So. What we were gonna do is we were gonna discard the Ugin with our Teferi. Next turn we were gonna play our Elspeth Conqueror's Death, get rid of the Embercleave, and then in 2 turns the Elspeth Conqueror's Death brings back the Ugin from the bin. A really nice combo that the deck can do to basically cheat out Ugin, which right now that's all standard is about, cheating Ugin. So let's jump into another. The way control annoys people to death. So he knew he was basically top decking and he knew I had the board stabilized. The new Teferi really helps us. So this is an interesting hand. We have our lands, we have our Fae for the Wish board. If this is aggro, like if I'm playing against aggro, this hand's amazing. Playing against control, it's kind of meh. That doesn't tell me anything yet. I don't need lands. So this could be the white life gain deck, and that's what it is. Perfect. All right, so this hand's actually really good for us. Let's glass casket that. I love the Eldraine had the fairy tale themed set, and I like the flavor of a lot of those cards. Alright, GG AFK, bro. As you can see, glass casket gets there. Glass casket gets there. Alright. To game number 3, that was a quick one. That was a quick one. I was gonna record like maybe an hour or two of Magic and then switch up. Or I could do 2 videos, I guess. Ooh. So we have the Elspeth Conquers Death in the Ugin. We see we're playing against Loris. Loris is interesting. White Weenie maybe? Or the mono... No, the mono black deck has expensive cards. It can't be Rakdos Sacrifice because they have 3 drops in there. I think this is fine. I mean, the Elspeth Conquers Death is useless here. Oh, it's Cycle. I haven't seen that cycling in a long time. Yeah, that's fine. I haven't seen cycling in a long time. Yeah, he doesn't have the nuts, so that's good. Yeah, he's trying to draw his Fox. So against this deck, I kind of just want to play this as a 1/4. So their main threats are their 1/1 Fox. Right there, Flourishing Fox. And then they have a 3/1 that makes more 1/1s. But his Fox, basically, the entire point of the deck is just making this one big card big. And then Teferi says, what's up? So we'll drop the Beacon, play Teferi. Bounce this to his hand and make him have to do that all over again. And we draw a card. Nothing in that deck has aced, so we could swing for 1. Trying to think of the deck list. Yeah, same play. He's probably gonna cycle 2 cards. Nope, he's gonna play his healer. Okay. And cycle 1, so he's gonna gain 2 life and put a 1 counter. Is it 2 life or no? It's 1 life. Okay. I thought that card was better than it is. I think the play here is just double birth. This turn's gonna be a little rough. Teferi's gone, right? Nothing I can do about that.
Don't worry, I got this.
Nothing I can do about Teferi being discarded, but we're getting closer. We have our lands now for Ugin. Elspeth Conquers Death doesn't do anything for me, which is unfortunate. He's sending both. There's no reason to block in case he has some sort of combat trick. Teferi's gone no matter what.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
Putting Loris in his hand. On. Yeah, we're just gonna pass. No attacks. So what we're gonna do, Fae of Wishes actually has another ability. It's discard 2 cards, return it to your hand. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're going to discard the Ugin and discard an Elspeth and return the Fae of Wishes to our hands so we can shatter the sky next turn. Because I'm assuming he's gonna play Loris. And at that point, his board state's just really, really in trouble. We're gonna block whatever he's sends. We're actually in no rush to do this either. Until he plays Loris, because we have another chump blocker with the wall. He's not playing Loris. Alright, so we're not gonna do that play yet. And again, 4 life. Another big play that this deck does is the 4 mana deal damage to you based upon the cycle. Right now it would do 8. Play the card that he knows we have. Play a Narset. Gain another life. Now to 9. I don't care about his life total. Sure, at least 2 more of those cards in his hand are cycle cards. But we'll see.
Those who cannot perceive beyond the veil of light. I have just
He's not going to do another one
because
because Narset really hurts this deck. Teferi is really good for us. We can play that next turn. No attacks. We can protect Narset next turn, which is another nice one. Yep, there it is. Zenith Flare. So that was the card that we were talking about. He uses it just to get rid of Narset, which is fine because now there's only 3 left to hit our face, which that's honestly the only way he can kind of win. Again, blockers for days. We're in a really nice controlled board state right now. This is gonna start doing damage to opponents, but that's fine. He's being smart by holding back his Loris. Let's Temple first. Yeah, that's fine. So we're gonna play our Teferi. Gain another life. We're gonna
This
floss.
isn't my first time being the hero.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna get rid of an Elspeth Conqueror's Death. We're gonna play our Birth. Rebel. So next turn we can play Ugin, and the second Ugin hits the board, pretty much loses. He needs another Zenith Flare in his hand immediately to deal with Ugin. And even if he does, we have Elspeth Conqueror's Death where we can get it back. See what he does with his attacks. Okay, so because everything's going at Teferi, it doesn't make sense to phase anybody out because he's gonna die anyway. So we're just gonna plus cycle our deck a little bit. There are red cards in there, so we'll get rid of Alliance. The island is all we need to play Ugin. Blocks.
My past is catching up.
Okay, another Interplanar Beacon, phenomenal. It's so much life. I think we could blow him out here. So the play we're gonna do is we're gonna bring our Fae of Wishes back to our hand. And then we're gonna Shatter the Sky. He's gonna draw a card, but that's gonna make him feel safe and play his Loris next turn, and then he's gonna basically just flop his hand onto the table, which will then allow me to play Ugin and blow up everything else that he plays. Yeah, sure. It also lets us the efficient board aspect of that. That does so much damage. If he has another one of those, we just lose. But if he doesn't, like these really hurt Zenith players. And he does have another one of those. Must be nice. Drew 3 of them and not even half his deck. Happens. Sometimes they get the nutties. Playing Ugin wouldn't have changed anything there. No. That was still the right play. Opponent just had a good draw. So what we're gonna get next turn, we're gonna play our Fae of Wishes, go to the sideboard and get a counterspell, because I knew that was the only play that could beat me at that point. Three lands, 2 Elspeth Conqueror's Death, and Narset that we can play, and a Birth. This is fun. We want to go first. Hollow Fountain. I need to draw a second blue to get my turn 3 Narset, which we do not do. I think the Birth still makes the most sense. Thin the deck out a little bit, and it sets us up with a blocker. I see a red black land, so it's either an aggro version That's fine. It's either an aggro deck or it could be the. There we go. We get there. It could be maybe Grixis control.
I train every day.
Play
No
Narset
one
-2.
thoughtfulness before
Pick up a
action.
Teferi. Mayhem Devil. Okay, so this is an interesting version.
Sloppy technique.
This is a very interesting version of the Rakdos sacrifice deck.
If nothing else, I will protect the moons.
Ghost Rider, fine. More options for my Shatter the Sky. Got 4 cards in hand. Claim the first. So he's gonna attack and take out my Narset. Is that his general idea? Sure.
Too fast.
Okay, he's gonna do it to Teferi and try and take out Teferi. Sure.
My time's getting short.
Can't take out both of them, so he kind of has to make a decision here. Fine.
Back's gonna hurt tomorrow.
Let's exile another card. Yeah, this is fun. The question is, so if we try to Elspeth Conquers Death the Mayhem Devil, he's just gonna sacrifice it to the Woe Strider. So we have to Elspeth Conquers Death the Woe Strider. And then in 2 turns, we'll get back our Teferi. Another thing is we could -2 on Narset here just to get another card out of her. And I mean, my life total is pretty healthy right now at 19. I think that's fine. Because he's going to attack and kill it either way. But that also preserves my life total, so it's... How much do I value that is the question.
Hone your prowess.
2, 3. Sure. It's Aethergust or Narset. I think Aethergust is pretty good here. Gets rid of the Mayhem Devil. And protects my Teferi when it comes back. Okay, he's got another Roast Rider. Living the dream. In the Cauldron Familiar. Alright, he's only got 1 card left in hand. And this is a clear Shadow of the Sky. He's gonna be able to recover a lot of this, but that's still we're getting rid of 3 cards, so this one's gonna come back. We still have the 2 mana up for the Aethergust if we get it. He's gonna sacrifice everything except the Woe Strider, so I'm still gonna take 3 damage, but... And he's gonna scry 3 times. 4 damage actually when the Cauldron Familiar comes back. Then the Mayhem Devil. Take 1 more. Put a 12. He's got 1 card in hand. He does not have... Oh, he will have enough. He'll barely have enough. But I don't think he wants to do that with Kroxa, right? He could bring back Kroxa, but I don't think that's the play for him. He could also bring back Woe Strider. Then again, he's getting rid of some of his best cards. But he has Call of the Dweller. Okay. Let's put that back in his deck. And he puts it on the bottom. That's what we love to see. Bring back Teferi with a +1/+1 counter on him.
Time is fragile. Yet, choose through the strongest.
Alright, so here is what makes Save Wishes so good. So we know we're playing against a deck that loves the graveyard. We're gonna go get a Grafdigger's Cage. And there you go. Like, this one card just said no to most of his deck. All of these cards are now useless. Sure. Like, there. That's the shame scoop, chat. That's the shame scoop. That's the scoop where you just realized what you did wrong, and now you can't play this game anymore. That is the shame scoop. One of the best type of scoops. And that's why we what makes the Fave Wishes sideboarding so powerful. You just get to tech for specific matchups, as the Grafdigger's Cage right there showed that it basically just beats that deck by itself almost. This is a pretty terrible hand, I'm not gonna lie. I think we have to mulligan this. Ugin's basically a dead card in your opening hand. None of these lands actually give colored mana. This is much better, but I do need to pop this for blue turn 1. Our opponent also mulligans, so that's good. Yeah, we don't need 2 Fave Wishes, so we'll grab that. And depending on what we're playing against, it determines if we're going to make this the 2 mana 1/4 or the 4 mana search our sideboard. But we'll find out on their turn 1. So it looks like green Stompy. I see. Well, actually, no. Green could be a lot of things. We don't know that for sure. I would assume green Stompy. Well, wait and see. Okay, so that still could be a couple of decks. Okay, we're just gonna play Fave Wishes as a blocker. He's got 4 mana though, so he could go. Yeah, there it is. As I was about to say, he could go Questing Beast. Not a great spot. We didn't hit our line drop there. We can Glass Casket the Paradise Druid, or we can play sacrifice to Teferi basically to try and get to 5 mana, which I think that's probably the play.
I am not racing.
Cast the Paradise Druid. We still don't get the land. Rip. Alright, this one's not looking great. We really needed that land drop off the bounce. We had 3 lands in our opening hand. We're gonna go to 12 here. That doesn't seem necessary, but sure. We'll go to 11 here.
According to plan.
Oh, this is hexproof, so we can't even do that. Yeah, I didn't just lose. Can't land. Land screwed here a little bit. What could save me? I don't think anything can. That's definitely not the answer. He'd live 1 more turn. But even then, yeah, there's literally no 3 drop that can save me. And there it is. He gets the counter, so it doesn't matter.
I can't
GG. Just a little bit of some bad luck on draws.
Fun to watch.
That's another deck that I was looking at making. Trying out the mono green Stompy. It's pretty good right now. 3-4-2 right now. So pretty good overall, but that one wasn't really much to watch. This is super mulligan. Especially as we're on the play. Alright, this we can keep. I think we get rid of the Narset because Narset has some bad matchups. And if this is aggro, like I definitely want the Shatter if it's aggro, even though we don't know if it is yet. Played Hollow Fountain Tap, turn 2 Interplanar Beacon, Birth, red. This could be a couple of decks. There's a blue-red like aggro deck that's going around right now. Make sure we get our land drops. Damn, I would have known I was gonna draw a Shatter. Okay. Yeah, so this is that aggro-y.
You show remorse.
I don't even think I care about bouncing him, right? Because he probably has shocks in there. So I think we just have to plus Teferi.
Trust me, I have a plan.
He probably has shocks in that deck, right? So if I -3 on Teferi, Teferi's gone. Whereas by plussing here, I think we're safe for at least one turn. It'd be unfortunate if they do kill my Teferi right now. Hey, what's up, Glock? How's your morning go? Or afternoon now, I guess. Thinking hard on this one. It hurts his deck big time that he can't use instants and sorceries with Teferi out there, so he definitely wants to get rid of them. Teferi's very good against the tempo to is it thank you so much for the follow. Great, shocked himself. He's thinking really hard about this. That was way too much thought for an opt. That was way too much thought for an opt. I'm being roped right now, chat. I'm being rope-a-doped. It would be a shame if you could cast instants during your attack phase. Oh wait. Teferi's broken. There's no dark mode here. Does Facebook not have dark mode? Yes, it does. I'm literally using it. Like literally using it right now. Yeah, I think we just shatter here. Plus on Teferi. I probably should have plussed and then shattered on his turn, but I don't expect him to play any other creatures when we have double shatter still. Yeah, I'm using it. I just had a button that said toggle dark mode. Whenever deals combos to a player, you can draw a card and discard a card. Sure. Narset's fine. Now that we're at 3, I'm slightly confident in doing that because I'm expecting him to have shocks. Right, so Teferi at 3, I think is pretty safe.
And prepare.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Teferi makes more sense here. All right, there he goes. He's out of here. We had too much board presence for like the Teferi and Narset are both very powerful against that deck. All right, so 5 and 2 right now. Yeah, there was just there was an option that said toggle dark mode for me. I don't know what would be on your screen. Probably in your settings. Need to get more coffee soon. Or cappuccino tech. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we're on the draw. And we do have a birth with mana to play birth. This is gonna be a super greedy keep, but we have the full combo. So the full combo with this deck, turn 4 Teferi, plus discard the Ugin, turn 5 play Elspeth Conquers Death, which will then cast the Ugin in 2 turns. Yeah, I heard it's super easy to make though. It takes like 2 seconds, but it is. I do think it's kind of annoying that you have to have that. Those are cool sleeves. Temple of Malice, so probably Rakdos Sacrifice. As long as we draw our lands, we'll get there. We'll get there. Why is Axel a follower? What does that mean? Yeah, we're playing the sacrifice deck. That's fine. So Priest is really strong, but by herself, it's whatever. Turn 3, we get the Teferi next turn. Depending on what he plays is the plus or minus. And then we do have the lens already for the turn 4. Big Teferi. Turn 5, Elspeth Conquers Death. So we're in a pretty good spot. No, I'm saying above her name in chat, it says follower. It doesn't say that above anybody else's name. Sure, cat combos out. So here's a game where Fae of Wish is gonna grab me a Cauldron. Maybe I don't know. It doesn't say that for me. I can try and Glass Casket. See if our opponent misplays, or we can just go for the Teferi play. See if our opponent does this in response. No, he does not. So we're gonna make him get rid of the priest. He's gonna sacrifice it, yeah, but that's fine. That does its job. Kitty cats. That's fine. Once we get to 5 mana, Fae of Wishes gets us the full-on combo for that. So play Teferi. Try and get to 5 mana. So we're gonna plus him, discarding Ugin. Alright, never mind. Our opponent's like GG's AFK. GG's AFK. Alright, so that's 6 and 2 right now today. Finished a daily. What's happened? You grab a coffee after this game. Alright, so Loris. I think this is a fine hand for Loris. We got a lot of anti-aggro tools in our disposal. See how fast he comes out is the question. Speaker of the heavens. So this is the mono white heal deck. Not what I expected to see. Alright. Wait, no, green. I have literally no idea what I'm playing against. Charm Stray? I'm playing against cats. What is happening right now? I'm so many levels of confused.
Trust me. You'll thank me later. There's nothing.
Alright, we get the full combo. We're probably gonna shatter this guy though. Sure. I'm gonna shatter this guy next turn, so we're blocking. Actually, there's no point to block them. I think they're sending everything at Teferi.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
He goes up to 26. He does not play. Okay. Okay, we still do this. Maybe just play this tapped and then shatter this guy. We're gonna have to start doing something to his life total. Because this is gonna start making a whole lot of angels that I don't want to deal with.
My skills are aged to perfection.
I put a stop on his upkeep. Come on. Ah, this is so annoying. We're in a rough spot right here. So they're both gonna attack. Okay, that's actually fine. Hey, Tagi, what's up? Thank you for the follow. That's fine. We got a 1 on Teferi. That's actually... Oh, he has Vigilance. That's tough. I think we try and find an answer. Need like a board right here.
Respect your elders.
This is super awkward because this does nothing, but I need this to be active to get Ugin in 2 turns. What is this little thing in the corner? This? It's an owl. Sure. Why didn't you attack first? That didn't make any sense. Sure. Take 2. We're gonna... Fine.
Looks like I'm out of time.
That was so memey. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do I want to take 11?
Past, present, keep an open mind.
All I have to do is survive next turn. Because next turn I get, Ugin? Yeah, so we're sacrificing all of our power right now. But that's fine.
I've done the hero thing.
Wait, you're another Ugin. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like he's gonna destroy both of my planeswalkers here. But as long as he doesn't have a way to get rid of my Elspeth Conqueror's Death, I'm completely okay with this. Sure. Sure. Go to 10. It's a really interesting deck.
Only time will tell.
Contain your rage.
And he's able to just kind of sit back on his hand right now. He's in a good board state. Makes another angel, but that doesn't matter because for 2 mana they're all gone. Or for -2 they're all gone. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Put the loyalty counter. So we're gonna -2. Gets rid of all of his cards, but it doesn't get rid of Narset. And we're gonna Teferi. Temple of Enlightenment. I don't want another Elspeth Conqueror's game. Good game. Okay. Insane good game. But he doesn't surrenders. He got a really nice setup now. I don't think he can do anything about this. If he somehow has an answer to Ugin, we have another Ugin. Technically, this is a 0 mana card, so I can -0 on Ugin. He's got trample, but that's fine. We're not gonna take any of that. Now we'll take one. That's fine. He's going at me. We're not gonna let that happen. Charm Stray! Kitty height.
Consider this. Might be a bad idea.
So we block this and take one because we want a glass casket instead of phasing him out, which we could have done. And we'll take that token. Start getting there. There you go. Now he means good game. He said it once. He didn't leave. That time he gets the scoopers. Really enjoying this blue-white control right now. Yeah, I think maybe one less Narset could be viable. Maybe another glass casket. The only time I had trouble was with a really aggressive early game, so that would help that out. Alright, 3 mana, Narset, that's playable. Either Gust, which is either really good or useless. Look. Yeah, Cleanse fine right now. Make sure we can hit our Shatter if we are against that sort of deck. Alright, so it's Sacrifice, but it's not... Is there green? Definitely want to keep the Bay of Wishes. I see a Witch's Oven. I want to turn that into a... sack for sure. Narset. Stop him from being able to draw cards, and we also get ourselves into Teferi out of the field. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Depending on what he plays, we just slam down Teferi and unsummon it. That's fine. I go to thing. I'm gonna leave Narset at 3. Actually, no, I have another Narset in hand.
With thoughtfulness before action.
That works. Yeah. I'm trying to think of which one I wanted to play.
All right. Who's ready for a good time?
Don't need 2 of those. Alrighty. Get your food token, you bring it back, I go to 16. Yeah, I have another Narset in my hand, so I'm actually okay with you doing this.
My mind needs a rest.
If we draw a land, we play Fae of Wishes. If we don't, we play our Narset. Solemn. Okay, that's not something I expected you to play. You already had double green. What do you have with Solemn? Well, we're gonna Fae of Wishes and get a Gravedigger's Cage. And then we're gonna plus on Teferi. Come up to a nice healthy number. Ditch our time rep. Next turn we go Elspeth Conquers Death, and that puts him then on a clock for our Ugin to come out. Teferi's at 6, he could go to 7 on their turn, so he's pretty healthy. Fine. Like now his Cauldron Familiar is just a 1/1 for 1,
wait
so
just a minute.
pretty bad. What is that? As long as your devotion to red and green is less than 7, it's not a creature. At the beginning of your combat main phase, exile target card from a graveyard. If it's a land card, add or red otherwise. Gain 2 life and deal 2 damage to each opponent. Sure. I guess. I mean, I'm just gonna Elspeth Conquers Death that because I don't know what that thing does. Because I have literally no idea what that thing does. Yeah. Question marks. Not a creature. Yeah, he was trying to sacrifice it with its witches, with its oven, but it's not a creature yet. Okay. Plus, probably get rid of the bird. Yeah, and it puts us up to 5, which is a nice healthy total. Unless he's got a shock. But even then, we'll go to 6 on his turn. So pretty safe spot right now. Sure, another Solemn. Ironically, that does get around. Next thing to like. Ironically, that does get around our Ugin. And he could always sacrifice his own Solemns to the Witching Oven. It just seems like a why though. Like it doesn't feel like it fits in the deck.
Too fast.
Like just regular Rakdos seems way better than the Solemn-y version that we got going on here. Sure. Why though? I mean,
Focused and
at first I was a little
disciplined.
concerned, but now I have zero reason not to bring out Teferi. You can't draw another card with your Butcher's Oven. And it's tapped anyway, so. Alright, up to 18. Health total is pretty nice right now, thanks to the Interplanar Beacon.
I'm known for my excellent type.
They do have 3 power on the board, so we don't want to minus you, and we don't want to minus you.
I've got it.
But now he doesn't have enough power on the board to actually kill any of my Planeswalkers, and next turn we get Ugin out. So we're in a pretty nice spot right there. I think for the like. Do those hearts do anything? I don't see any hearts on my end. Does it, like pop up on the screen or something? Sure. We're gonna plus. Where plans. Teferi goes to 1.
I waited too long there.
Alright, we're in a pretty fantastic spot right now. Pretty fantastic spot. We get Ugin back with a counter on him. the scoop. I guess, did he forget that I ditched the Ugin with our Teferi earlier? That might have been something he did. Another game, so we'll do 10 games with this deck. We're at 7, I think. And it's only been an hour. We're getting pretty quick games. I usually do 5 best of 3s, but since best of 1s with this deck, because of the wishing board, we'll do 10. We'll switch it. Switch it up. Can't keep this. This is a dead card. We don't have the proper lands. This week. Guess we don't need 2 births. Get rid of 1. Diamond. So we gotta go castle turn 1 unless we draw planes. Which we do not. Alright, so we gotta go castle turn 1. Picked this up yesterday with the daily deal. I like the animated cards. A lot of people don't like those in this game. I think they're pretty cool looking. A little like heck. Not a get ourselves planes. Alright, so now we have the mana to do our shatters. What's up, Jimmy? Old podcast page, but sure. Yeah, it's 4/4. Yeah, that's fine.
This isn't a fight you can win. Let's
There we
try
go.
this.
Oh. That's you. Okay. It doesn't say whose name it was. I was a little confused there. Yeah, because he could swing both at Teferi, that's fine. Still gonna block it with the wall. What the hell is that? When he enters the battlefield, Ugin's Conjurant enters the battlefield X1/1 counters. If damage would be dealt to Ugin, well, it has that, prevent that, and remove that many 1/1 counters instead. Sure.
I'm getting too old.
We're gonna be shattering the sky anyway, so
Here goes nothing.
okay, here's the thing though. This deck does have potential to have the green card that gives your cards indestructible. So I think we actually just shatter the sky now while he's tapped out. We could have played that a different way where we waited for his turn, right? And then, all right, these GG's, AFKs. We could have done that the other way around where we did it on his turn, but there is the possibility of the Ajani, oh no, is it? Yeah, I think it's one of the Ajani cards, right? That are, or no, Garuk? Or Ajani's on the card. Yeah, I get whatever. It's the green card that gives your creatures indestructible for 2 mana. So the possibility of that, while he was tapped out, made more sense for us to not go overkill. Let's jump into it. One more game with this deck. This, I believe, is game number 10. No, I have no idea. I said that a little bit delayed though, so. Alright, turn 1 Hallowed Fountain, tap. Turn 2 Birth. Gives us a nice defender. Looks like we're playing, yeah, mono green stomps. Aether Gust is actually really good here. And we have the Shatter of the Sky already. Alright, we have a phenomenal hand against aggro. Curious. Did kill the cat, so be careful with that. We have an absolutely phenomenal hand against the aggro deck. Probably mono green stompy. The questing beast is a bit of annoyance, but oh, not mono green. Okay. So next turn we can go Teferi? Probably, depending on what he does. What is that? I've never seen this card before in my life. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature or proliferate. Okay. Sure. Yep, is pretty safe to ferry here.
Let's slow this down.
Oh no. Oh no. I just want to play a game. Is that 5, 6, 7? Was it 8 and 2? I think that was 10 games. Hopefully I counted right. It might have been 9, but we're gonna end with that one. Just go over the deck one more time. So the deck worked out phenomenally. The wishing board came in super handy against the sacrifice deck, getting us that Graph Digger's Cage was an auto scoop in one game. Didn't really use it too much otherwise, but it shows you, you know, just it's really flexible against certain decks. The Ugins were pretty nice. Elspeth Conquers Death, Ugin, and Teferi. The full-on combo there is just gets you a lot of nice plays, and then the early game just helps you get there. So, with that being said, it's gonna be end of that video. Blue-white control. Gonna be throwing this up. Probably you guys are probably watching this on Thursday, I think. So, GG's. We'll have the deck list in the comment section below if anybody is interested in it. Definitely super fun to play. Nice playing blue-white control. It's always been my favorite archetype. It was definitely nice to go back to it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you on the next video.